going on YouTube? Welcome to my channel, Money Moves with K. I am K, and today we're going to talk about tax auctions selling cheap mobile homes that other investors don't know about. But first, guys, we made 100,000 subscribers. Thank you all so very much. I truly do appreciate it. I spoke it into existence and it happened thanks to you and your help. So I truly do appreciate it. And this is only the beginning. Your girl is not done. So we're going to keep going, keep making valuable content. And let's start right now. So the list that I have for you today is comprised of mobile homes that are on a tax auction or pretty much a tax delinquent list, but they are surplus properties. Okay. So I will have properties in a little bit of every state, not every state, but a couple of states I'm gonna look into so that you have an outline of where to start. So the first state I want to talk about is South Carolina. For whatever reason, I'm not sure why, but South Carolina has a lot of mobile homes for sale that you can really buy cheaply, okay? And it's under the umbrella of the Forfeited Land Commission. So the Forfeited Land Commission is basically whatever properties that did not sell at auction, did not meet the bid, or didn't sell at all. They go to Forfeited Land Commission and they have to pretty much stay there until the redemption is over, which is about a year. And one day they say online on this website, they tell you that the redemption is 1 year, 1 day, and then the property can go out to be bid on. Okay, so let's look at one county. This is a county in South Carolina. It's called Georgetown County. So they have a list of forfeited lands, or the Forfeited Land Commission. These are all mobile homes. So you can kind of check the list right here and see the price, $423, $500, $600. I'm only looking at the cheaper ones because I'm cheap and I try to find a good deal. Now, good deal is subjective. I say this in every one of my videos because I may think it's a good deal, you may not, but we have to do further investigation to ensure that this is actually a good deal. All right. So like I always mention in my videos, do your due diligence. It's very important to ensure that you really are getting a good deal and not a dud. All right. So here we go. So we have just a list of properties that did not sell at auction. They place them here on the Forfeited Land Commission. Let me scroll back up so you can see that this was the sale date and the redemption period starts at the sale date. So this is 2021, so we're well past the redemption period. So this will be potentially, if you do your due diligence and decide it's a good property, this may be a good property to actually bid on, okay? And you will also need to know what you need to do in order to bid on this property. A lot of these surplus properties or over-the-counter properties have something called a brochure. I don't think this particular list did. Oh, they may have it. They tell you what you need to do, how to look up the property. That's very informative. And always ask questions. If you don't have a question that's answered here, you can always ask them questions, send them an email, get in contact with them immediately so that you can get the answers to your questions. Okay. So this is Georgetown County in South Carolina. The numbers they're cheap, but we don't know how much work these mobile homes actually need. And of course, I always get that person in the comments saying, well, you need land to put it on. Absolutely, of course, you need land. I've done prior videos. I'll try to link some of the videos below in the description, in which I've done videos on how to get cheap properties, meaning cheap land as well, so that you can place these properties on. And also, don't forget and don't sleep on flipping these mobile homes. So after you win the bid, flipping it to an end buyer for a higher amount. So let's say, for example, you purchase this particular property for $500 and you say, hey, I don't want the property. I've already won the bid, but I'm going to flip it and resell it to someone, maybe on Facebook Marketplace or somewhere else for $2,000 or $3,000, and let them decide everything about land. Let them decide everything about transportation, because again, that's another thing. How are you going to transport the trailer? Because a lot of times they are not sold with the land. They're detached, right, from the land. But how are you going to transport the trailer from one place to another? And you got to figure out if there's somebody actually living in the trailer, the mobile home, okay? Because a lot of times people may be actually living in these mobile homes and you may have to go through an eviction process. So keep that in mind when you're looking at any property that's on an auction list. These are all things that you kind of have to consider, okay? Let me give you another county in South Carolina. Like I said, South Carolina has a plethora of counties that have forfeited land commission properties, or they're over-the-counter properties pretty much. So this one is in Berkeley County, South Carolina. And as you can see, the prices are there too. So let me tell you this as well. What I want you to search, how I got here was because you may be located in a different area. I searched mobile home tax sale list, okay? Search that in your area and see if anything pops up in your area so that you can find these really good deals as well. So you got $491, $610, $601. The list goes on. And this one actually tells you, I think the last one, I don't know if it did or not, but it gives you a description. You need to identify the parcel ID in order to see where this mobile home is located. And you can also put it in Google Earth and look Street View and see the condition of the property. A lot of these mobile homes may not have the pride of ownership that you're looking for. And sometimes you may be able to see like a hidden gem. So it may not matter to you, the condition it's in, as long as you know you have hands to fix it up and you can put in some of that sweat equity and make it your own. A lot of folks that watch my channel, they need housing. So this could potentially be a way for you to get a good deal after you do your due diligence and figure out if it's good for you. All right. So let's skip over to Georgia. Let me go back for a second. So Georgia, in Henry County, Georgia, there is one property that I saw, but I want you to make sure you Google what I asked you to, or suggested that you Google, so that you can see if there are any more mobile home tax sale list in that area. So this one is, once again, Henry County, Georgia, and you can click this to view. As of right now, it only has one property, but always check back. Now, this one property, the auction will be Tuesday, May 6th. So keep that in mind if you're interested in this particular property after you check it out, do due diligence, and they give you some directions here to identify what you need to do in order to pick up this, to purchase this property. Now, I did see other counties in Georgia that have a similar list to this one, but just keep that in mind. Another county I want to talk about, so I'm gonna kind of skip over to Illinois. So this one is a huge list. So St. Clair County, Illinois. I don't invest in this area. However, I just wanted to see what states and what counties have these particular lists, not just in South Carolina, not just in the South, like everywhere, so that I can kind of give you an idea of what to look for and how to find them, okay? So this one is delinquent. It says delinquent mobile home tax publication list. So maybe you could put that in the search engine as well and something will pop up in another area. Might not just be Illinois. This one has a lot of properties. I'll just kind of skim through. It's a ton of properties, okay? So let's go back up. What I would do is put this address into the search engine and try to find more information about the property. You don't want to purchase these blindly and then end up with something that you're not satisfied with, okay? So keep that in mind. This is an extra nugget for those who stuck around to the very end of the video. I appreciate you. You're awesome. This is a nugget. So most, if not all, counties have some type of publication or a newspaper. Now, I had somebody in the comments years ago was like, nobody gets newspapers anymore. They're not called newspapers anymore. But a publication will say then that has all of the properties that will be up for auction, okay? In Georgia, for example, they have to list these properties in the newspaper or the publication at least 4 weeks prior to it going up for auction. So, and there's certain counties in Georgia. So keep that in mind. This is a publication and it has a ton. I'm not going to scroll all the way down. It has a ton of properties. Do not sleep because you can get online. And this is 2024. Yes, I see that. However, 2025 is available too. They put these in. I was just looking at a ton of publications that had tax auctions up for sale and you can bid on them. And they tell you all the information you need because by law, some of their rules and regulations is they have to publicize it first to the public so that we are aware of what's going on because it's public information. That is the end of my video. This is a really good tip. Please take a note of this. Please look at the publications in your area. They have a ton of good deals and insightful deals and information, I should say, that's not necessarily listed on the website or may not be widely known. All right. That's the end of my video, guys. I truly do appreciate you hanging around with me. If you made this far in the video, go ahead and comment mobile in the comment section. It allows me to know you made it this far, and I appreciate you. Until next time, guys, you stay blessed. Peace.